So what I want to do is just jump in and tell you a bit more about the program. And then I'm going to just show you what it looks like and also what you can expect at the end of it, because we're all working towards a goal. And that goal is to actually create your own best practice new age leadership framework. And so you're going to basically have that on one page by the end of this, but you're also going to have sitting behind that a whole bunch of tools that are going to help you with the implementation. You're going to have PowerPoint decks that are made for you. You're going to have Word documents that are set up for you. Now, this program is actually really, really unique. This is something incredibly different. It actually addresses current topics that most organizations are facing now, but some of them actually don't even realize that they need to embrace them and face them. And in the next couple of years, it's going to be mandatory for them to do this. So by you doing this program, you're already ahead of the curve. When you complete this, you're going to have that suite of resources and tools that's going to set you up to stand out from the crowd. So you're going to be able to leverage your career in ways that you hadn't ever dreamed of. And you're going to draw on decades of experience that's actually gone into building this program that is all at your fingertips. So let's get started on what that really looks like. So as a certified New Age leader, you're going to be able to implement the learnings into your organization, whether that's a current one or a future one, or it could be across your business division. It could be in any aspect of your leadership roles right now. You're going to start to teach other people those philosophies and frameworks. So I know a number of you are already leading other teams, so you're going to be able to get others to come on board and learn the same sort of techniques. So you're going to create a followership for yourself as a leader. You're going to be able to integrate culture and leadership into technology and process transformation projects. So you'll understand that technology and processes come together, but people is an essential part of that transformation. So this is going to be the cog in the wheel that you're going to need to really make that successful. So that's really, really exciting for you. So whether you're part of a startup, you'll get your foundations laid. If you're a scale up, you're going to be in a position where you're ready to say, hey, are we going to grow this business? What do we need to do to get all of our ducks lined up? It's going to give you all of that. And importantly, it's going to ensure that you attract compatible talent, because you're going to become the place or the leader that people are going to want to work for or in. We're in a world where there's a whole bunch of skill shortage going on. When you go to an organization, you go in with purpose, you go in with your own values, and you want to know, is that organization actually congruent with my own values and purpose? So what do you do around environmental, sustainability, governance? Do you have a diverse organization? Do you have flexible working hours? That's what people are asking for now. And in a world where we've got skill shortage, we need to know that we're attracting that talent to us. So this is what's going to really help you be able to do that. Now, what else? You're going to be, I'll flick through this very quickly. You're going to be adopting a mindset that aligns to best modern practice and is perfectly aligned to your organization. So it's your own best practice framework that you're going to be developing. You're going to lead and drive new initiatives based on sound awareness. So somebody else said, I really want to stand out from the crowd. That's what you're going to be able to do. You're going to be able to accelerate your organization or your business division or your company into a new world, creating that relevance for the future and sustainability for the planet. You'll be able to enable human transformation amongst your communities, and you'll be able to create your own customized framework that you'll be able to use anywhere, and you're going to get lots and lots of new skills and insights to really excel as a leader. So I think that's really exciting. Often technology and processes are a focal area around transformation, and we really feel that that people part of it needs to be embraced. So how do you create, as a leader, the people to follow you in those particular beliefs? Essentially, what this is for leaders, it's for aspiring leaders, it's for founders, it's for executives and board members. And that's right across from startups, scale-ups, small to medium enterprises, right up to large corporations. So it covers absolutely every area. So it doesn't matter where you are on that area, you're going to find some use for this. Now, in the program, I will jump to it in a second, you're going to cover 5 core areas that are going to make you a new age leader. Each of those modules are going to drill down into each of the subjects. Now, there's a really important part around here, culture and structure. It's actually really, really important. And what will happen is you'll go through those modules and you'll create what you think should be your culture and your structure. And then later on, as you go through all the other lessons, you may well come back and you'll revise that and tweak it a little bit, because you're going to learn how new age leaders and new age companies are actually setting up their own. You're going to go through in-depth knowledge on each of those sections. You'll come into the training platform and you'll set up your own username and password and you'll get straight into the program. And the first thing that will happen is you'll get this welcome video. Then there's going to be a bit more of an introduction. We're going to have a little bit of a get to know you session. So you'll fill in QR code, read this, or you'll go to a Survey Monkey and you'll give a little bit more information about what you're doing. And then there's a little bit more of a welcome video. You've got in here all of your email addresses for support. We also have the code of ethics for the International Coach Federations. It's everything that we talk about is confidential. And you need to know that you can be in that trusted and safe place when we have those coaching sessions. So that's just a little bit of background for you. There's some PowerPoint slides here as well for you. Then you'll go through an overview and then we get straight into module 1. Now, each of the modules have got 6 lessons. Again, it's just going to automatically play. You'll have the opportunity to download your workbook, and then we go through every single one of these. By the end, you'll have exercises. Now, after the first module, you've got a 2-week window. So you can jump on and you can do this anytime in those 2 weeks. The reason we do it in 2 weeks, you can really embed your learnings. So it's not like this is going to take you, hours and hours and hours to do. You can go through it quite quickly. You can pick it up, drop it whenever you want. It's all self-paced, but you can sort of have a look and say, actually we talked about that in this part of the program. What's happening around my environment now? And you get to learn and think about what you've been taking on board and how you can actually implement the changes. So what you'll find is it will drip feed. So even once you've finished module 1, it'll be 2 weeks and then the second one will come along for you. So the next thing you'll do is you'll start going through organizational structure. Again, very similar experience to before. And then the really sexy stuff happens when you start to get to the future of work. So you're going to look at what does future of work mean? You're going to look at sustainability, ESG, CSR, all the really cool subjects that are just so different and that are going to make you stand out from the crowd as a new age leader. So you've got diversity, equity, inclusion. You're going to be looking at virtual leadership. You're going to be looking into the Great Resignation and the reason for these skills that we're talking about. And then we're going to have a look at your leadership style as well. So how are you actually showing up currently as a leader? And in all of these things, you're going to have downloadable documents and resources that you can go into. Now, at the end of module 3 is when you are going to have your first coaching session. And when we go through that coaching session, we're going to be talking about what have you been learning? What have you been experiencing? What's coming up for you? Are you seeing any challenges? Are you seeing any barriers to what you're trying to do? And we'll have a one-on-one coaching session for an hour together where we'll talk through all of those things. So you're going to be ready to get onto the next 3 modules. So the next 3 modules, we're going to talk about technology and data. We'll cover data privacy. So we'll talk about the notifiable data breach scheme as a bit in there as well. We'll share an interview with you that I've done with one of the privacy commissioners of Australia. And we're going to look at ecosystems and collaboration, emerging technology, cyber resilience and risk. And we're going to look at technology as enabler. And this is a really exciting part too, because in this module, you're going to have a look at what are the emerging technologies. You're going to get a bit of a snippet of each of those, and then you're going to look at it and going to come up with an idea of how I can implement that where I work now to maybe drive down costs, create better operational efficiencies, and just create a nice little project for yourself where you can do that. But what's more important is when you know the results of that, how do you share that? So who do you need to get into the head of to tell these people, come up with this great new initiative? Look at me, I'm a fantastic new leader. But how do you get that across the line? All of that is going to be in here for you. You're going to be taken through the process of how you even excel that up through your organization. Then we're going to be looking at you as a new age leader. What are the principles that you're going to apply? How do you bring coaching into your leadership style? And you're going to look at personal branding, thought leadership, forward thinking, keeping momentum. Again, lots of resources. And then the final part is when it all really comes together. So you're going to have a framework on a page. You're going to have the template for in the Word document. You're going to have a PowerPoint presentation. And then finally, you're going to book your final coaching session in here as well. And you're going to have all the resources to download and deliver. So this is an example of what the Word document will look like. So it's quite comprehensive. You've got a whole index here that when you just basically go in and you fill in all the gaps. So what are my principles here? What's the reason for what I'm doing? What are the drivers behind it? And those things are going to come up individually for you that are relative to your organization. So this document is going to serve you to be able to go ahead and put your recommendations forward in your own organizations, should you choose to use a Word document. That's essentially your framework on a page. So this is going to be completed by you. You'll have set your vision, your mission, and your values. And I know some of you work for big organizations and they already have their own vision, mission, and values, which is actually fine to align with them. But this is essentially what you're going to have at the end on a page.